New hire training for Medallia practice at Etech is about 4 weeks long. The first week is pre-product training where we train new hires on communication skills and some basic technologies such as XML, JavaScript, HTML and CSS. Second and third weeks are focused on training the new hires on Medallia platform. In the fourth week, new hires are asked to work on a full-scale final exam.
So before every training round, we collaborate with the US-based Medallia Etech partner team, which includes Ben, Krutika and Nisar on several aspects. We discuss on whether there are any new changes coming on the product. Second, we discuss on if there are any changes in the process of the training based on the learnings we had from the Medallia on-site training. Third, we also discuss about if there are any feedback we received from the previous round of training and we need to change the schedule of our training process. So if needed, we do change the process and materials. Once we have finalized our schedule, what we do is we identify the Etech Medallia team members who can act as the lead for module trainers, and these trainers are the Etech Medallia employees.
Before actual training, we schedule a couple of training hackathons. These hackathons are needed to speed up the trainers, and these also act as a source of collecting and standardizing the material used for training.
This is much needed hackathon to ensure that all the trainers are aware of what is going on in the session and also to maintain the continuity for the trainees.
A typical product training day at Etech is about 16 hours long and is divided into 4 parts: trainee demo, classroom training, evening assignment and trainers debrief. Classroom training starts at 9 am and runs for 8 to 9 hours.
After 8 hours of theoretical knowledge and practical knowledge, they have separate evening assignment. So they have to basically replicate whatever we have trained them in that day in the evening assignments. And after that, we have 1 hour of session with all the trainers to get to sync up. Like today I have given this example, I have used this, we have reached this much, and tomorrow you have to pick from there.
Yes, every morning before classroom trainings, 2-3 trainees are asked to demo what they worked on their evening assignment, and this is something interesting for the trainers as well, because this is the time when we actually ask them few questions.
These 2-3 trainees are called up randomly so that we are on track and we see that everyone is completing their work. These demos, which are actually 20 minutes long, act as a recap of everything which was done the day before, and this covers the assignment and also the concepts which were covered yesterday.
As trainees demos their work to instructors, instructor also asks the clarifying question and highlights any mistakes trainees might have done in his evening assignment. Now this is where it gives us another opportunity to share the best practice or the QA practice, such as naming conventions or how to QA their work. Product trainings are rigorous trainings for about 16 to 17 hours every day for 2 weeks. So each trainer knows that trainees feels tiring to focus for consecutive 16 to 17 hours on the entire session. So what we do is to re-energize them, to refresh them, we introduce some games mini games for 10 minutes, some icebreaker activities so that they get the refreshing moment. These games also work as a team building activity, or you can say knowing each other very well. After the rigorous product training, we assign the full scale final project to all of the trainees. They are given 4 or 5 days to work on this final project. We consider this final project as a tool to assess their skill on different modules of the Medallia platform, and also it helps us to identify how much they are ready to take on the new project.
We also recommend trainees to consider this exam as an source of assessing themselves to see how comfortable they are on various modules of the platform after 5 days of work on the final project. Trainees demonstrate their project to the trainers and Etech Medallia in a panel or one-to-one setting. Basically, these demonstrations last for 2 to 3 hours, where they would be evaluated on module by module basis on Medallia platform.
Once all demos are done, we have fairly good idea objectively on where each trainee stands on Medallia knowledge in the 2 module by module. We know the strength and weakness of each trainee on Medallia platform. This helps us to take the informed decision when we want to staff them on their very first project. Once final exam is over, all the trainees are assigned as a shadow on live projects so that they can understand how Etech team communicates with the Medallia team on live projects, and specific project related tasks are handled. This also gives them first-hand experience as they start working on the items under the supervision of originally staffed Medallia analyst.
This shadow process gives us more data points to understand their readiness for the new project.
Eventually, based on the overall performance from the training phase to the shadowing phase, they are staffed on the projects.
We were taught complete platform. Krutika was teaching us, our seniors from wave 1 and wave 2, they were helping us with that stuff. Then we had our final exams. So it went on for 3.5 weeks, and it was a rigorous training schedule.
More open to people. Earlier when I came, I used to talk to a very few set of people, which I was comfortable with. And now as I'm doing these projects, which like I need help from people. Like here people they have what you can say, different expertise on different things. So you need to interact with them and we work together and find a solution to that. So now I think I've talked with each and everyone here on the Medallia front. So that is what the change is. I felt comfortable with more people now.
You get in the schedule of that, now you can handle anything. At a stretch I can work for 2 days, I can handle it pretty well. Even under pressure I can work for 2 days and finish my task with quality. So that's what I've learned from training. You have to finish your task on time with quality, even you can do it under pressure.
Training process, it was like a marathon. Like we had the training from instance 8 a.m. to 12 midnight, but that actually helped us because we were like gaining knowledge, and it was like at 12 when we got free from here, we were just thinking about that. Even when you're sleeping, you're thinking about that. You need to work on that outfield. You need to go back and create that outfield. So when we got up next day at 8 a.m., we came here and started working on that. So it helped us to grasp that knowledge easier and faster.